Hi, guys. Ronda Winstead here with you. Hello, hello, hello. We are continuing. This would be the second video working on 49 Dragonflies, Lemon Birds Digitals. So excited. So I want to catch you up. First video, we picked papers, right? Okay, so I have decided to go ahead and split the signatures so I can do maybe more of the fun papers, right? In addition, and I have decorated a few things, but we will absolutely do some decorating together as well. I won't do it all on camera because at the rate that I go, which is slow, super slow, I think, compared to many of you. It would take forever, and we would all get very bored. But I will bring you in on several things, of course. Okay, so let me show you the two signatures real quickly, how I have divided them up. Excuse me, so far. Love this. Oh, by the way, and Barbara, thank you, sweetheart, for helping me to see. I had printed on a background paper, and that's why I said, wow, this really looks like the background paper, because I printed this image on this paper. So yes, it did. And she gave me a heads up, and it's like, oh my gosh, that was pretty, but this is even prettier. So thank you, Barbara, for clearing that up. Oh my goodness, let me get a drink. I haven't been speaking much this morning. And as always, my morning, I just get I don't know, like the frog in your throat kind of thing. All right, so this is a super fun. I gather books, and then I forget what I've gathered, and I put them on my shelves. My closet that I didn't show you on my studio remake, kind of, where I did the custom, well, not custom, but I ordered shelves and things like that to organize my studio. Well, what I didn't show you was the closet, and that has most of my library of books that I use. I have some in out here that in the open that I use all the time, but I have a plethora of wonderful books. And this is one that, this is just the coolest thing. It was French, but it's basically, it gives you all these images. And then over here, it tells you the English and the French word for those images. And I just thought, oh my gosh, I have not used this book. This is too cool. So this one, Bees and Beekeeping, or yeah, we don't speak French. I think it's a lovely language, and I love hearing it, but I can't speak it. Anyway, so this one was about bees. So I wanted to pick an image that was in the fruits, since we're doing the lemons, right? I know you needed to know that, right? You did. And I do apologize. My voice is sounding very hoarse, but I don't feel sick or anything. I don't know what's going on. So one of my altered book pages, and by the way, on the altered book pages, you guys, if you go to my Etsy shop and you want them and you don't see them, just message me. I'm happy to put a set on for you, to do a custom set. I put them on periodically, but they go so fast. And because I like to do other things, I don't keep them on. because literally that's all I would be doing. But I do want you to have them if you would like them. So just fun pages. And this is one I will show you in the other signature. We're going to play with this one. Not today, but this is one we'll do together. Old book pages. This one, I don't know if this one shows it or not, but this was in the 17 or 1800s. So I like to bring in some of those amazing old pages to add. And this, I think, is the German textbook of learning German. And then wonderful ledger paper. These are just going to be so fun. And I did add one of my altered book pages, but this is this is not my normal, it's not my standard one. And then this one, I folded it backwards so that this is the center. I love it so much. So, okay. Quickly. And here again, we're going to have to do the pockets, because I did that upside down, but y'all already knew that from the first video. And if you didn't see that video, I will put the just a minute. I'm going to put this on pause and go clear my throat. Okay. Didn't want to do that in front of you. So I think I'm a little better now. Alrighty. Alrighty. The other part of that, and then this. Okay. So, and that, let's see, how many pages do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. All right. Okay, this is one. It did not come with the butterflies or the cheesecloth. It has this beautiful frame, and I thought it was just perfect. I will also put the link, of course, to Barbara's. These are also her butterflies. And I just thought, wow, it just makes a pop. And I stitched on my little antennae, is that what it is, the plural? Now, I will have to do something on this side, although honestly, when you just glance at it, it doesn't jump out at you and scream, oh, that you've got to cover that up. But I had already decided that I was going to do this as a journal page. I've taken this from an old ledger. Well, you know what? Let's just do it. While we're just thinking about it, let's go ahead, if you don't mind, and let's just glue it on there. So I was trying to think of things that I would like, in a journal. I always try to create something that I would love to get, or if someone were to give me a gift that I would love. And so that's what I try to do on the journals that I create for others, or for, whether it's to sell or whether it's to give away, or whether it's to keep myself and put on a shelf, whatever it might be. Okay, so, and that will dry, and that'll level out a little bit. So as you can see, we have covered up anything, and now you've got all this wonderful writing space, and you could, this is such that you could absolutely write on it anyway, but I thought this would be a fun way you know, to kind of camouflage this gorgeousness. And all I did, guys, I mean, I just used some black thread and a small needle and stitched, and I didn't do a great job. And if I were doing this again, I think what I would do is I might put the butterflies on maybe a little bit of cloth or uh, paper, flexible paper to stitch my little antennae on there, or whatever I put them on, I would not put the cheesecloth underneath, because once you put the cheesecloth on, then this has got a whole bunch of texture here, and so it would make it more difficult. All right. Love this paper so much. Oh my gosh, love it. And of course, we will have a pocket here. And you know why. Love this. I just love this. Okay. Remember these? And I was saying, you know, I might have to do some lemons on the tree. And one gal, and I loved her suggestion of just one on the tree. But when she suggested that, I had already surrounded my frame with lemons. So I just painted some simple lemons and outlined them. So that makes this fit, right? And then, of course, you know, that makes this perfect for that particular application. Okay, now on here, I have added a little bit to just, you know, spice it up and give it a little bit more texture. That's one thing, you guys, that you need to never feel like any digital kit that you purchase, that you use, that you have to use it exactly the way you print it out, because that's just not the case at all. And you will even, if you were to ask all of the digital artists, because they are artists, Barbara is absolutely an artist, if you were to ask her, well, do I have to use it this way? She would say no. She would say, do what you want with it. Use your creativity. It's there for you. You certainly can use it that way if you like. But if you want to spice it up, if you want to add, subtract, whatever, do that, because it's now yours. And so I think that we have to give ourselves, you guys, the freedom to use these amazing kits and just make it your own. Make it your own. As you will note, Barbara and I, our styles are not, you know, exactly the same. We have many things that we do love, but she is much more. She loves to do the inking around to give that excellent definition, and she does an awful lot of, you know, with painting and splattering and just amazing things that I, you know, really admire and respect. And I do a little, but for the most part, I just like to collage. I like to add texture. I like to add fabrics and, you know, do my thing. And so this is what I'm doing. And this is from the kit. I have fussy cut some of the backgrounds so that I could have some more fun labels and receipts and things like that to work with. And this is from her Boho Birds kit, and I will have all those links. How perfect is this, you guys? Lemon birds, birds. Lemon birds. Okay, sorry. I just, you know, it's, I apologize. All right, so this is the page that we're going to do together in this signature, the blue. This is the yellow one. And as those of you that have followed me for a while, you know that I love to do a combination. I love to use fabric. I love to use lace. I love to use paper. And I love to stitch. Um, and just, you know, this is one of my, what I call I Spy pages. As some people call it stained glass. And that is simply that you are leaving spaces between your images and your layering to give it, you know, each thing is individual, but it all blends together. Love, love, love doing these. And this takes quite a while. This does take quite a while. So anyway, we will do the blue one together, just not the whole thing, but to give you the idea of what I'm doing. Okay. So, and I decided too on this one, I know this looks crooked, but I was following my paper. This isn't paper. Actually, this is a handkerchief on here. And the way it tore, I wanted to follow the line. So it was crooked on purpose. So here I thought, well, I should cover that up. And then it was like, no, let's not cover this up. Let's leave this for whoever gets this journal. They may, you know, it's fun places to write in or do their own doodling or put their own pictures in. You know, don't always assume that, you know, the stitching needs to be covered up if it's, you know, the background on the back side. So and here again is our center, another gorgeous. So these are the pages. All right. So let's go ahead. I've been working in this one. Let's continue in this one and just, you know, just do one or two kind of fun things maybe. I don't know. I'm just doing this with you. And it's kind of scary because, you know, you might be like, that's stupid. And I'd be like, I know. All right, let's take this page that we did upside down. So another little whatever for you guys is when I'm working on a journal, if I am going to be doing some stitching with my machine, I will put my signatures together, but I won't put them in the cover. Well, and I don't have a cover yet. But if I did have a cover, I still would not put them in until I was finished with all of the stitching, because it's very difficult, you know, to go back and try to stitch when you've got all the pages together. It's so much easier. And even if I'm not stitching, I enjoy being able to pull a page out and to work on it. So I'm setting aside, I'm keeping my place so that I remember where I want to put it. Okay, so we need pockets here, and or we may even do some. Now this printed, because I had it set to fill the page, because I didn't want a ton of white space, it has, these images have been cut off. And that's not going to be a real issue, because when this is put together, you're not going to see a lot, but it wouldn't hurt to maybe do a little bit of something down the center here. And I have, let's see, where did I put it? I've got kind of a mess, but not a horrible mess. I've had bigger messes, in other words. Let's see. I've got some. I could go with one of my rag papers and just go down the center like that. That'd be cool. I might just, you know what? Rag paper is very pliable. This is great. I think that's what we're going to do. So let's just do it as we go along. If you can, you guys, ever get a hold of true rag paper, snatch it up, because you will absolutely love working with it in your journals. And I know that Rachel, Roxy Creations, that she has periodically, she puts books with rag paper in them. And occasionally I will get some. And I do actually have a couple in my shop that's not the rag paper, but it's rag-like paper. I've got 2 of those left. The others have all sold, but I know that Rachel has them periodically. So I'll put the link to her shop for that, as well as Barbara's for all the amazing digitals that we're using. And there will be a link, to my shop, so that if you do want the other paper, it's also antique, and they're wonderful to use. And I thought it was actual rag paper until Rachel shared with me that it's not technically, it's not. Okay, so this is going to be great, you guys. Look at that. That covers that so you don't notice so much. Now we need pockets. And let's see. These came with the kit, but these are smaller than I think what I want to do. And I'm thinking, excuse me, I may actually want to do they've got these amazing journal cards too. Now I could actually make those into pockets, which would be super cool. But then I can't use these as journal cards. I don't know. What do you think? I think these would look beautiful. Look at that. That's so pretty. And then you stick in some of these other things. Yes. Ooh, yeah. Or I could do one, and then I could do something else. What we could do, excuse the reach, I am reaching over. I'm reaching over, you guys. I have other papers here. Let me just pull a few of these and see if we want to make a pocket from one of these. See, this is my book that I just love. I love the pages. I love everything about it. Ah. Oh. Ah. The dilemma, my dears. It's real. The struggle is real. Ah, which to use? Eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tigger by the toe. If he hollers, we'll let him go, because that hurts. And who wants to catch a tigger by the toe anyway? Seriously. Okay, you know what? I'm thinking that this might be kind of fun. So, oh, you know what? This I could put across the whole thing. See, this is why my darling friends, that I don't do a ton of craft with me simply because Rhonda, it takes her a while to decide on, what I love the most, or, that kind of thing. So, all right, I'm going to do a pocket on one side with this. Let's move these out of the way. Already got myself a good mess going on here. So some of you have asked about the bread recipe that my husband used to bake bread the other day, and it was delicious. There's flaxseed and different things in it. He just kind of smiled when I said, I have subscribers that would like your bread recipe, and he just kind of smiled. But I'll see if I can get him to give that to me, type it up or something. I'm sure that I'm sure it's written down, and maybe what I'll do is put it on as a freebie on my Ko-fi site, and let you know. I'll let you know on that for sure. But just wanted to acknowledge that I did get the message, and I have asked hubby, but I haven't been like insistent. It was more, kind of in passing as we're chatting about stuff. And so, yeah. That doesn't do so. You know what? I'm going to trim that off because that has wet glue, and so it will not be so good. All right. So I'm going to just trim this down a minute. Just a minute. Just a minute. So what have you been up to, my friends? Ooh, I did that not very well, didn't I? It's like really not good. Oh, I measured it from here. Well, that's not going to work. So let's see. We need to bring it in some more. Let's see if that's good. We can do this. Okay, that'll work. I was watching Tina with Shabby Dabby Doodah, our wonderful friend, on her recent mask making. Just some fun pockets. And she mentioned me, and it just made me cry. It just made me cry. It was the sweetest thing. She's just the sweetest ever. My heart just hurts for her, having to deal with the stuff she's having to deal with. And yeah, I know, I have cancer. But we all have stuff, My stuff's no more special or whatever than anybody else's, because all of you are dealing with stuff, and I just, I'm just grateful for everybody. You're asking, what are you doing, Rhonda? Well, before I put a little thumb hold, I want to make sure that my punch is going to go through it well. It doesn't always like thin papers. So I'm adding a little bit to it. And then I'm eyeballing it, trying to get it centered. And then I'm doing that. And then I'm doing this. So there we go. Now, I think I'm not being consistent on this, you guys, but I am going to ink around some of these because it just, I don't know, it just feels like it needs it. And so that's what we're doing. That stupid hoarse voice is coming back. Generally speaking, when it's just me in my studio and I'm not doing a video, I'm not talking aloud to myself. At least I don't think I am. Maybe I'll have to, I don't know, we'll see. But so when I am talking, it surprises me that my voice, it goes hoarse. It's like, wait a minute. But it usually goes away once I've had a chance to, This is art glitter glue for those of you that are new, that don't know. That is, I love to use it. I love the small container. And I am pushing my pocket a little bit in at the top so that it has space, so that when I do put journaling cards or whatever in there, woo, look at that. It will fit nicely. And now I didn't need to do that on this particular one because I added flaps and glued those down. And just even putting a little flap on your pocket actually gives you a little bit of space to play with that way. Now, see, this is looking good. I'm like, I'm good. I'm good with that. All right, now let's do differently. Let's just go ahead and let's do this one. Now, this one will be a tighter pocket because I am not putting those flaps on the side. I'm just going to go down the edge on both sides and across the bottom. And I know my hands, my glue line is not straight at all, but that is one of the, call it a joy or call it a not joy, but that's one of the results of, some of the cancer treatments. My hands shake a lot more than they used to, but that's all right. Okay, so see in this one where you can see the little gap because I kind of push those in just a smidgen, not a lot. You don't want to do a lot because you're not trying to add a bunch of bulk or whatnot, but it's so much easier to put a tuck spot in papers, whatever, pictures, when you've got a teeny bit of space going on there. Okay, guys, let's see. Let's put this back in, see what we're thinking. Okay, so, ta-da! Looks good, yeah? I like it. Now I may do something else along here-ish. I don't know yet, but that's good. All right, let's move on. I think we can do a little bit more. I'm going to pull out, I told you that I you know, I went on to Pinterest and I got a whole bunch of images that are copyright free. Do not steal other people's images, you guys. That's just not cool. And I know you don't. I know you don't. But that's just, yeah. Other people's artwork and that kind of thing. It's just not something that we should be doing. I had some more of Barbara's papers. I put them somewhere. I put them somewhere, and right at the moment, I can't quite find where I put them. I want to bring out another, you know, just add some more of the lemon and the birds. You know, we could also do, we could do a pocket. We've got this. We could do a tuck spot. We can add some fabric, can add some other paper, journal paper, some handkerchief, some lace. Let's take a look and see. Ooh, that's pretty. Oh, isn't that pretty? That's very nice. Ooh, that's pretty too. All right. So I think. Or do I want it this way? Which way? Which way? If I do it this way. So my idea is to kind of cut. Let's just give this a try. I'm just going to. Whoops. Kind of, sort of. And we'll just make a fun little tuck spot there. And this one, I think what I'm going to do, for a second, I just want to just put something in the center there because I want to add some texture underneath that. Let's get some of the cheesecloth. And yeah, let's just add some fun textury stuff. And let's just see. If it's horrible, we'll take it apart, we'll redo it, we'll do something. But this is journaling, I feel, should be relaxing. I feel it should be fun. I feel you should enjoy the process and not get too terribly caught up in perfection, if you will. I'm also going to, I don't know if we'll use this, but maybe just a smidgen here of lace. And this is off a handkerchief that I am kind of going with the blue and yellow, but I'm not opposed to throwing in a little bit of other for contrast. Oh, look at that, guys. Isn't that pretty? Okay, so let's go ahead on this one. Let's kind of define that edge because it is very similar to the background page. Okay. Is that going to be enough? I think that's going to be enough. So now I'm going to go ahead and glue on my image. A little messy, but that's okay. And then I will lift up on this side and glue. Okay. Okay. And then we will glue along this line. So I have a question for y'all. What is the weather? Is it treating you well today? We have had, I'm going to take that page out for just a minute. Let's go ahead and set those aside. We have just, it's been muggy and hot, and we've had a lot of rain actually the last few days too, so the humidity is high as well. Okay, isn't that fun? So we've got a pocket here, we've got a pocket here, we have a tuck spot here. That's just, we've got something fun, so you can put pretty fun things here to add more here. What do we want to do back here? I don't know what to do. Well, we can always go with another tuck spot here. We can do some, I think I'll save this because I may put like a fabric strip. I may want to do, you know, something. I may want to stitch something down on here. But if I do stitch, then I want to make sure that I go only at the edge because I've already got this pocket going here. So this one, I may or may not. This is cute. This would be cute here as well. Using, oh, that's very cute. We may want to just do a simple, let's just do a simple, let's do that. That's very cute. Not everything has to be super, super elaborate. Not everything has to be exactly just so. Just kind of, you know, wherever you're feeling to go, then just be good with that. Now, let's kind of decide, do we want to put a little bit of contrast by adding some other papers? Do we want to do that or no? What do you think? It would be a whole lot easier, you guys, if you would just speak up. If you would just tell me instead of waiting till I get it all done and post it and then you tell me. I'm not like wanting anything, am I? Oh dear. All right. Okay. I'm thinking. Um, here's a book page. There's a book page. I like that. Let's do that. So, with that in mind, then I have to do this, I think, to make it work. All right. Yep. Okay. That's one of the fun things Barbara has included. She has made these to be generous tuck spots because she's added, you know, the little flaps. And so no, that's not going to work either. Ugh. You know what? We're making an executive decision. And we're going to do this without, it might not be as good, but we're going to try this other way. Okay. And then she said, so stick with me. I do have a method to my madness. I think. And I think what we'll do is we'll finish this pocket, and then I am going to call it a day as far as this video goes, because it will have been long enough, and I will go ahead and continue to work off camera, but I will be back on camera. Okay, so I'm giving this a little bit of strength and structure. Okay. And because I did it this way, now I can still add flaps. I'm just making my own, right? So let's play with that a little bit. Let's see, wait, this is the part that's the flap. So I want to, and here I want to do this, and then we will do this. Okay. So here I want to cut down. All right. Okay, I think that's going to work, guys. So let me go ahead and glue this. You know what? I'm going to use my art glitter glue for this. Glue that down. And as we are creating all of these spaces, then we're going to need journal papers. We're going to need tags and journal cards, you know, a good variety of fun things to put in to make it really fun and interactive. Okay. Okay. What do you think? That work okay? I love it. I absolutely love it. And as you can see, it's not hard. It just takes a little bit of time. So we will just put this page, I would call this page, for the most part, I think this is done. And actually it's 4 pages really. 1, 2, and then the other 3, 4. Okay, guys, I think we are going to call it a day for this particular video. This is number 2. I will have the links for the number 1, and for Barbara's shop, I'll have the link for Rachel's shop if you want to look for her book pages, whatnot. I will have the links to my shop. Like I said, I've got a couple more ready to go. I love you, and I hope that you have a fabulous rest of the day. Bye-bye now.